Hello, grade 4. Today our lesson about forms of energy. Forms means types or kinds. We will mention forms of energy, but before that, we should know what the meaning of energy. Of course, one day your mother said, you should eat your breakfast to can study well. You should eat your breakfast to work, to play, to get energy. So, we are human, and all the living organisms also get their energy from the food. What's energy? Energy means that ability to make things move or ability to do any work. So energy, what the definition of the energy? It's the ability to do work. If you make things move or make any work, that means you have energy. But the energy comes from food only? What kinds of, or how many kinds of energy do we have? There are 7 different kinds of energy. Let's mention the kinds of energy. We will mention them. After that, we will talk about each one. Number 1, kinetic. Kinetic energy. We can see in the photo there is somebody walk or run. So that means maybe kinetic energy related with movement energy or kinetic energy. It's energy of moving object. Number 2, sound. Miss Rasha, that means that sound is kind of energy? Yes, sound is energy. Sound is kind of energy. And we will see and learn how can I get the sound. Number 3, light. The light also kind of energy. Heat. The energy which released from heater or from the fire called heat energy. So heat is kind of energy. Electricity. The electricity, not matter, I can't catch it. I can't see it. It's kind of energy. And the new one, we don't know anything about it before, called chemical energy. Chemical energy. Number 7, potential energy. Potential energy. What the meaning of chemical and potential? I don't know them. Let's talk about each form of energy alone. Number 1, kinetic energy. You can see in the photo someone play baseball, and the aeroplane maybe can move from place to another place. As we said, kinetic energy means movement or related with movement. Move the object. I want to search at your home about equipment or anything can release or produce kinetic, produce movement. Yes? Of course, electric fan. Electric fan, round and round all the time. Electric fan use the electricity, then change the electricity to movement. So electric fan produce kinetic energy. Washing machine also. Washing machine produce kinetic energy or movement. Kinetic energy. Let's talk about another kind. It's called the sound. Also, I want you to give me example of any equipment or machine around you give us sound. I can hear someone said television or radio or piano maybe. Piano and radio are example of equipment produce sound energy. What else? What type of energy do you observe in the photo? Yes, of course. Drum produce sound energy. Light energy. Can you give me an example of something around you or at your home produce light? Of course, lamp or sun, like the traffic in this photo. Heat energy. Heat energy can produce from, yes, the fire or the heater. What about this? I don't know what this means. This called solar cell. This called solar cell. You can observe some solar cell in the street connect with traffic sometime. Anyway, the solar cell can use the light of the sun to produce electricity instead of the battery or electricity. Miss Rasha, that means this in the photo, which called solar cell, can produce electricity? Yes. Electric energy. But we know that electric energy produced from the battery. Yes, and also from solar cell. So electric energy produced by solar cell and dry cell. What's the dry cell? The battery. Yes, we said that the battery produce electric energy, but let's see what's inside the battery. If you open the battery, and we did that in the first term, I show you that inside any battery there is one type or one kind of element. This element called carbon. Yes. Inside any battery there is a carbon, and there is many another material. This material called chemical material. This chemical material work together to give us electricity. But those chemical material store power, store energy. What's the name of this energy? Chemical energy. This chemical material store chemical energy, work together to give us electricity. So what's the chemical energy? Or give me example of chemical energy. The battery. It's energy stored inside the battery. Chemical energy, it's energy stored, not produced, stored in the battery. What this? It's car toy, but not any car toy. Look at the key, the yellow key. When I move the yellow key, or when I wheel the yellow key, the car or this toy car can move. Why? Because this key can store energy inside this car. This energy called potential energy. Potential energy, it's energy stored in the spring toy car. We call this car spring toy car because this car contains spring inside it. When I wheel this key, I will store potential energy inside this spring, and this spring will make this car move, like this photo. This car or this spring car without key, but I store the potential energy inside this car by pulling this car back. I pull this car back, then I will release this car to go forward alone because I store potential energy inside it, and then the car will release this energy and move. How can this toy car move? How can this spring toy car move? When I store potential energy inside this car can move, because this car, we will say in the next session, this car will change the potential energy to Any kind of energy to movement. Movement called which kind of energy? Kinetic. Let's mention one more. Let's mention the forms of energy. Number one, kinetic energy, sound energy, light energy, heat energy, electrical energy, and the two new energy, which is potential energy, stored inside the spring toy car, and chemical energy, which is stored inside the battery. Thank you for your attention, and ask me if you have any question. Goodbye.